I'll tell you what, this show, Stinchfield, on Real America's Voice, has obtained a copy of a United Kingdom intelligence report that reveals that China's influence and intelligence operations across the world may be even bigger and go deeper than we ever thought. This is from the report. It basically says that China maintains the largest intelligence apparatus in the world, bigger than the United States, and it has successfully penetrated every sector, in this case of the UK's economy, and made the West dependent on it, that being China. We know that the Chinese CCP has made those same inroads here in the United States. This is Gordon Chang, the expert on China, talking about why they make these inroads and how easy it is for them to do that.
We should be not allowing any Chinese migrant into the U.S. until we can figure this out. And we need, of course, to go look at the people who have already arrived, because many of them are going to be the sleeper agents of tomorrow. They're going to hook up with the Chinese consulates. They're going to hook up with existing sleeper cells. This is going to be a broad network, which is in all 50 states.
So in this report, and I read most of it. It was long, but I read a lot of it. It talks about China's, quote, whole of state mentality, meaning the whole of state mentality means state-owned companies, private companies, citizens, academics, anyone that has a tie to China must spy whenever the Chinese CCP asks them to do so. And that goes for Chinese citizens here on U.S. soil as well. Well, joining us now is from the organization that gave us this intelligence report. She's a member of the new federal state of China, the organization trying to take down the CCP. Ava Chen is with us. Ava, it is great to have you on.
Hi, hello, Grant. It's my great pleasure to be here.
So, first off, when your organization got a hold of this this intelligence document from the United Kingdom, it's a couple hundred pages long. What did you think going through it compared to what your whistleblowers in China are saying?
So this is actually very confirming. Actually, I didn't learn anything new from this report, because from the past 6 years, joining the whistleblower movement started by my own school, I've learned quite a bit. So this is basically just resonates with me in terms of what has I captured in the past 6 years. So the tactics, the approach, and how the CCP, the proxies and spy espionage activities has seeped into free world. So basically, this is exactly the patterns. We see a lot of patterns. This report is really great organizing information in terms of a way that people would be easily digesting in terms of the volume of the information. So exactly as they said, they have penetrated throughout all sectors of the economy. And think about your capitalist system. So how did the enemy come into your open, porous system that easily? They through economic engagement or so-called culture exchange. So this report touched a lot information on the United Front, which speaks to what you just mentioned, the whole of state approach. And I need people to understand that it's by law. The Chinese government, the CCP, is forcing everybody to work with the states when it comes to things that they deemed as national security, which there's no clear definition. So anything can be deemed as national security or national interest. In this recent, updated anti-espionage law, they broadened the definition of act of espionage. And that is really scary, because a lot of the Chinese people are basically regarded as espionage if they were just engaging in their normal business with the free world. For example, you're a journalist or you're a TV host, you would then, what considered to be part of your job now is under even deeper scrutiny.
I have heard that if you turn them down, they will go to your family back in China and make threats to the family. So it's very hard to turn down. I want to go through some of this, though, that this report said how they successfully penetrate every sector of the U.S. economy. They covertly support funding to favorable groups. They use bribery and trade negotiations and investment activities. I could say, is what we're playing out right now on the political stage with everything going on with the Bidens and those kinds of things. But all of these could be anybody. You don't need to be a high-ranking political figure. This could be anybody. They're using bribery, trade negotiations, and co-opting academics as well was on the list.
Yeah, you absolutely right. Follow the money. The reason why the CCP is a terrorist organization, they're a crime syndicate. They actually funding all those activities behind the scenes. That's why they use deceptions and lies to use the Chinese people or the people that be able to recruit it from the host country like UK or United States. They're turning them into the CCP assets. But all of those activity has to go back to the money part. So this is why it's really important, because I think in the United States as well as the UK, a lot of things is happening is the government start looking at those private equity funds, looking at how those CCP, how those economic engagement activity that they have cultivated in the past 2 decades look like. What